Well, hello, everyone. It's me, Gabrielle from A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. Welcome to a brand new episode of Hot Topics. If you are not already familiar with us, we've been at the game for a while, but if you're a newbie, if you're not already familiar with us, let me tell you what we're about. So this is a web series where we talk real talk about things in our purview. We are still a tutoring company after all. So we like to talk about education, employment, mental health, physical health, social services, entrepreneurship, all that good stuff. Anything that will promote other people and will highlight very important issues. That's what we're all about. We're all about bringing those um, bringing certain issues or hot button issues or those issues that we don't really talk about. We like to bring them to the forefront. And today I have a repeat guest. This is so awesome. Her name is Debbie Salima, and she is going to talk about sound therapy, right? We're going to delve into sound therapy, what it is, how it's done. This is something I'm not very familiar with, so it is awesome to bring this to the forefront and to educate you guys about that. So, in case you forgot who she is, I'm going to remind you a little bit about her. So, let me tell you a little bit about Debbie Salima. So, or AKA Debbie Lindon, excuse me. Debbie Lindon is the founder and owner of Peaceful Vibes. Peaceful Vibes is an online or in person sound healing program where you can relax, recharge, and come into balance. Debbie started Peaceful Vibes earlier this year after retiring from teaching, which we talked about in the previous episode. She has always been into holistic and alternative wellness for over 20 years. She is also a Reiki master besides doing sound healing. Besides her business, Debbie loves to read and spend time with her partner, her three cats, and her family. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to bring Debbie to the stage right now. Hi, Debbie. How are you doing
Hi.
today? How are you doing
Hi.
today?
Doing good. Thanks for having me back.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So today we are going to talk about sound therapy. So you
Great.
told me about this and I got very interested. So I wanted to learn more about it and I wanted the public to learn more about it. So I'm going to pass the baton to you. If you can tell us about sound therapy.
Oh, sound healing. Um, Hi. Yeah, it's great to be back. Sound healing. Sound healing is an alternative form of wellness. It's people may know it as sound baths, sound sessions, things of that nature. Sound meditation, I think, is another one they use, and it's a very good thing. It's been around for like centuries. I mean, it started with if you go back, the shamans actually do it. They use drums and rattles, and the Buddhist monks do chanting and everything. And what it is that um, well, I'm going to tell you first of what it isn't, because it's like a legal thing I have to do. Okay, at this time, we have to tell everybody that sound healing is not a cure-all thing. It's not like you go to 3 or 4 sessions and voila, you're all cured. What it does, though, is that it supports your body, and it comes in by listening to the different sounds and the different tempos and everything, that it um, balances your body mentally and physically, so your body can help along with the traditional medicines to help heal itself. So sound healing is basically just listening and relaxing and lying down to listen to different sounds, chants, things of that nature. So a lot of people ask me, how this kind of works. And it's basically, I'm going to give you a short version of it, which would be, like you want to clean your house and you can't stand cleaning your house. Everybody just like, clean a house. So what do? You put on some very upbeat, fast-paced music, get your adrenaline jumping, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're jumping around the house cleaning your house. So for sound healing, it's all different sounds of different instruments and sometimes chanting or singing that will cause your body to react in different ways. So another way to explain how it works on your body is, like I'll do my little teacher thing of when you're in school, you learn about atoms and you learn about all the atoms and they vibrate. So if you vibrate everything, then you take it a step further, which is your body is made of cells. Cells are made of atoms. Atoms vibrate. So therefore, we vibrate. And by using sound, it kind of the vibrations of the sound will start to go in sync with the vibrations of your body, and it will therefore bring it into a balance. That's what they do. And there's been lots and lots of studies on this. Let me see. The National Institute of Health actually had a meeting in March of this year to do a study on how sound healing helps with, let me see, music. Let me see what I have here. Music intervention that can affect health. It has been, other studies have been done on this. So, and sound has actually even being used right now in the medical field. Okay. For example, sonograms is sonar. Sonar is sound waves. So when you're actually going for a sonogram, it's sound waves that are going into the body or through the body at a different pitch, and it bounces off and comes back. So using that by the different sounds and the different tones will bring your body into a state of balance. So that's like a long and short version of it. It's been proven to relax your body, and for stress, it's a great stress release, and it brings your body down into a relaxed state. So therefore, you get better sleep and less fatigue. It is also depression. They've also done studies with depression. And if there's anybody out there that has some type of like piano or little thing, if you actually hit the letter, the note C and the note G, it's dun, 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 and you keep going back and forth for about 10 minutes, it's been proven that the two sounds going back and forth will elevate your levels of serotonin and everything, and will definitely improve your mood. So you can, come out of your little funk and feel so much better. And it's really, really good to do. So they've also done for pain too. They've also have sound healing for pain, where they've done a study in England where they did sound healing, and they've noticed that because pain is with your nerves, and we listen with our ears, which goes through our nerves, so everything's all interconnected. So when you listen to the sounds, the pitch and the vibration of the sound that certain with hearing is a lot faster than the pain sound for pain or the stimulus for pain. And they found in studies that by having sound therapy, it slows the path of pain, where pain becomes more manageable. It won't get rid of the pain, but it will definitely bring it down and pitch and everything. So that's different things like that. They've done studies where whether or not, because I said it's online or in person. So there was another study done where they had people in a live session, and then a group that did an online session, and they both found that they're both beneficial. You just get a different form of reaction to it. But either way, it's a great thing. So that's an overview of sound healing, of what it can do. How I started to get into it was about 2-3 years ago. I mean, I've heard of it through the years because of doing reiki and everything else. And a friend of mine found somebody that did a group sound healing session and asked if I wanted to go. So never been to one. I've heard about them, so I went, and I got relaxed. I had a pain in my lower back that kind of disappeared. Felt so much better, a lot of clarity. So I was highly, highly impressed with it. And then about a month or two later, the same person held another group sound healing. And this time I brought my partner. And he was complaining that his back was hurting him. So he went. When he got finished, his back felt 100% better. And we started talking to the person that did it. And he said, well, I'm going to do some classes on it. Would you be interested? So I took a couple of his classes, highly informative, and started my business. And actually now I'm actually going for a certificate in sound healing. So I've already completed like one course. I've already signed up for a second one. So between the research and everything, it's just absolutely amazing. So that's long and short of sound healing. There's a lot of people that do it, and they also have what would I say? A lot of people ask me like, what exactly like instruments do you use? And a lot of people, like I said, they use singing or chanting or such. I'm not a singer or a chanter, so you're not going to hear me doing any of that stuff when you come to one of my sessions. What I use is Tibetan singing bowls, the little brass singing bowls, which unfortunately I'm not at home, so I did not bring anything because I was hoping I'd be back in my room, in my studio by then. But Tibetan singing bowls, which are absolutely great. They've been used for sound therapy for hundreds of years. The monks have done them. Then there's different pitches and different things that you can do with them. I have gongs. A lot of people use gongs. A lot of people also do just straight gong baths. So you can do gong baths. You could do drums. You could do rattles. New thing that I was actually going to go into was tuning forks, because the pitch and everything, and because it vibrates, if you can put it on pressure points, and the vibrations is almost like a massage, I would equate it to, where your muscles can relax. And you can do that with singing bowls too. You can actually take the singing bowl and put it on a particular area of the body and hit it, and the vibration of the bowl will be felt in your body. My partner had hurt his foot, and he was going for therapy and all this such, and it wasn't really helping him per se. So I took one of the singing bowls and put it on his foot and started playing it. And within 10 minutes or so, he said his foot felt so much better from it. So it's, like I said, unfortunately, the Western medicine isn't picking up on it, but they will catch up. So that's one of the things about sound healing. People kind of ask too what to expect in a sound healing session. So I can go through that if you'd like.
Sure. But
I don't know if you have any questions or not right now. I mean, I'm just rambling on.
Rambling is good. Rambling is good. So as you were talking, a couple of things came to my mind, like like when I go to a spa or a massage parlor or even like a nail salon, they tend to play um, like calming music to like to relax people
Right.
as they get their massages or their nails done or so. Is that along the lines of what you're thinking of?
It is, but then also what it is that sometimes um, it's you can hear better. Let me think how I can put this. If you had a live sound healing session, you can hear much better. And sometimes, if it's done correctly, you can person who's doing the sound healing can walk around with their instruments, like a bowl or a chime or something, and they can come up to you and put it near you. And sometimes, if it's close enough to your body, you can feel the vibration of it. um, when you do it online, like I do, I have a whole sound system and everything, where if you put headphones on, you'd hear it better. The relaxing music, yeah, it's along the same lines, but it's not as intense as I would say if you actually had it either, yeah, online or in person. Does that
Mm.
help you? Does that answer? Does that help a little or?
Yeah, yeah. So it's more intimate. So it's not like you're
Right.
listening to a radio or something like that. It's
Right.
actual the vibrations from the striking of instruments, and
Right.
it's going and you're putting that close to your body. It's
Right. Like
going
when I
into your
went to
skin, and yeah.
Right, like when I went to the very first, well, when I did a couple of the ones as I was a participant and not the person doing it, um, the guy who did it had this huge gong. It was absolutely gorgeous. And every time he hit it, my whole body shook. It was like he wasn't even near me. I was like on the other side of the room and he hit it, and it's like you could just feel the vibrations. So it's a little different. Yeah, it's a lot different, I guess.
All right, so then let's jump into it. So how does it work? So um I'm feeling depressed, I'm sad. Well, it's two different things. So I'm feeling sad and I go to you for sound healing. So what would you do?
Okay. Um, First thing I would do is, well, there would be a few things. I'd ask you first to wear comfy clothing. Um, if it was just like a one-on-one, I would have a massage table usually set up, or if you want to lay on the floor, it's fine too. I'd have a yoga mat, or you could bring a yoga mat, pillow, blanket, such like that. And you would just lay down. I mean, it's not like a massage where you have to strip down. I mean, you just get nice and comfy when, fully clothed. A light blanket because you're going to be there for about a half an hour, 45 minutes, even though you're relaxing, when your temperature will start to drop a little. So nice blanket would be good. And usually when you come in, you could tell me, yeah, I feel out of sorts, or have a headache or something. And I would ask you also if there's any sounds that bother you, because I had somebody that said the high pitched sounds would give her a headache. So I stayed away from all the high sounding bowls or chimes or anything else that I had. So you would get comfy, and you could lay on your side. You can lay, well, not on your back, side. It's not like a massage where you have to stay still for an hour and you go, oh my god, I'm getting a cramp in my leg type of thing. I mean, you could shift your weight or something. And I just start in with the sounds, and sometimes um sounds could still bother you. I mean, you could say, yeah, high pitched sounds, kind of unnerve me or something. And I could start with something, and there's times where a certain sound just for that day could bother you. And I would say, just if the sound starts bothering you, let's say, uh, I don't know, I'm going to pick a body part, like your lower back. All right. And the sound of a pitch or something could you could start feeling the pain in your little discomfort in your lower back. Um, Usually we just say, make a note of it and just let it go. Because sometimes, you hit that spot and then all of a sudden you'll just feel your body kind of go, oh, okay, that's what I needed. I'm going to relax now. But if it bothered you, I would tell you, put your finger up or your hand or something. So I know, like, ooh, that's an ouch area for you. And I would do that for, half an hour. It depends on how long of a session you'd want. And when you go through it, and then afterwards, sorry, even before I would start, I would ask you to do like a body scan. So I would say, okay, start at your head, see, how do you feel with your head? Let's just go down. You don't have to tell me anything, just make like a mental note. Like, your shoulders hurt, arms, how do you feel? And then I would do a sound treatment for as long as you want. And then when I'm finished, I would turn around and say, okay, let's do the scan again when you're ready. Go through your body again and see like anything different. Like maybe your neck was bothering you and now, wow, it's like all mushy, you know. And that's basically how the session would go.
Okay. I'm still a little confused though.
Okay.
Um, so are you, so I guess if there's like the lower back, for example, I guess what exactly are you doing? I guess I'm not really grasping that. Are you hitting the back with an object? Are you hitting like two things close to the back, making a sound? I guess I'm not really clear about
Well,
what exactly you're doing.
right. It would depend on you. I mean, if some people just don't want to be touched, which is okay. Um, I can put I can take a bowl and put it next to you, close to, let's just say you're lying on your back and you're comfy. I can put the bowl next to the side of your body and hit it. And the vibration just from the sound and the closeness of the bowl could vibrate and cause your body to respond to that sound. If you if you feel more comfortable, yeah, I could put a bowl on your back. It was a family member that had back pain, and I put a bowl on her back and started hitting it. And she said it felt really, really good from the vibration. So it depends on your comfort level if you would like to have a bowl on there, or for starters, it could be also the fact that you just lay there and by listening to different sounds, um, that could also the pitch and the pitch of the sound and everything could also you have your body respond that way.
Okay. So ideally, you would want, like using your example, ideally you would want the bowl on the person so you can hit it. So if like, because if someone didn't want to be touched, for example, then they would just listen to the sound of you hitting the bowl.
Right.
Um, which is less ideal, which is I guess what I'm getting, but it's more ideal for the bowl to be on the person and you hitting the bowl. Is that right?
It depends. I've seen two schools of thought on this. um I have seen two schools of thought on this. There is some where they put the bowls around you, like just all around your body, and just hit it. I've seen another school of thought where you can put a bowl on the person and hit it if you want. Um, I've actually seen it's a really cool thing. It's a bowl, and it has a long, it looks, the only way I can equate it to would be like a wine glass, but without the bottom. And you hold it and you can put that on the person and then strike the bowl and it goes down. Same thing with tuning forks, the same thing. So it's more of a preference. I would go more of a preference of the person than me.
Oh, okay.
Like if you don't mind having, let's say that, let's just do the back pain again. If you don't have a problem of a bowl, with my, like, put the bowl on your back, put my hand in to hold it so it won't move and hit it a few times. If you're fine with that, again, you don't, fully clothed. I mean, there's no, um, then fine. If you're like, like, I don't know, that's okay too. Then just lay there and listen to everything. I usually go with whatever the person feels more comfortable with.
Okay. So another thing that kind of came to my mind as you were talking. So if you're listening to the sounds around you, so is it like meditation in a way? Like, is it like a mental escapism when as they're listening to the different sounds?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's another thing people ask is like, what should I expect? I mean, it's cool. I lay down, I listen to, you bang some bowls or whatever, that's great. Yeah, you can actually your body can relax so much you could fall asleep, which is what I did during one of the sessions. I literally was like almost out, caught myself starting to snore. I've seen people actually go out to sleep on it. Um, you can go into a dreamlike state, I would call it. Um, it can also, certain sounds can also bring up memories for you. I have something which called is an ocean drum, and it's a drum. It's a round drum on both sides, and inside the drum is beads, like little ball bearing beads or something. And if you move it nice and slow, it gives the sound of the ocean. And I did that for one session and some bells. And the person said, "Oh, it reminded me of the beach, and I love walking along the beach." So she went to her happy spot, which was the beach at that point. So you can also have those things. Um, I went to one where it was the guy that I started taking classes from, where he took a mallet and he hit the gong in such a way that it sounded like a space alien ship, those space movies and everything. And I was like, whoa, that's kind of weird, and all of a sudden now you're thinking of space aliens and things of that.
Ah, okay. So who I guess you could speak from your own experience, but what's the typical client that comes to you for sound healing? Like what are the typical ailments? What's the typical age range, gender? What's the typical client that you tend to see?
Um, right now it's mostly women. Even when I had gone as a participant, it was mostly women. I don't know why men don't. I mean, it helps them too. Um, let me see, all different ages. Yeah, all different ages. So it's not, anything like that. The typical response that I get, because I have one that always comes, is stress. Totally stressed out and just needs to unwind is usually the most common. Yeah, is usually the most common one I get, is that I'm just totally stressed and I can't sleep and I just need to spend 35 minutes to an hour of just total listening.
Hmm. Interesting. So
Yeah.
basically, sound healing is a combination of the vibrations that your body feels from like two objects striking each other, whether it's on your body or close to your body. So it's the actual vibration that you're feeling, and it's also the different melodies and pitches you're um, that you're listening to. It's is that basically what it comes down to?
It does. It does. It's also a combination of the pitches. They have the binaural beats, um, which I just started to get into with that one because it's a lot of people do that right now, and those binaural beats. And basically, what binaural beats are is the same pitch, but on different, like a low pitch note and a high pitch note of the same, like say, do, re, mi, fa, so. So I'm going to do the low do to the high do. Okay, so they're both the same do, but one's a do and one's a do. And when you put them together, it vibrates and it makes that sound. And that's been working, and people have been doing studies on that and brain waves because there's been a lot of studies that when you have these vibrations and sounds that it releases endorphins and serotonins and other things like that. So that's one way of helping. Um, it's that yeah, that would be one basic avenue.
All right. So what got you into this type of business? Why do sound healing at all?
Minus sound healing. Um, I was just drawn to it. It, like I said, I just went to the first one and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. Um, I've always liked music. My family was a musical family, so I studied music a little bit. So when I did this, it was like, wow. And then I got drawn, you get drawn to things. I got drawn to the singing bowls and just I just was more, it started out, I think, as wow, this is interesting now that I've experienced it, and let me just learn about it. And all of a sudden it was just like, wow, this is like amazing stuff. So, you know, that was basically it. It's almost like the Reiki thing. It was like, wow, this is pretty cool. you know.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you think sound healing has that maybe other types of healing don't? Like what do you think is the pros and cons of sound healing as opposed to like getting a massage or meditation or any of the other treatments that are out there?
Well, a lot of people use like when I went through the original sound healing courses, there were people that actually teamed up with massage therapists. So as the people were getting the massage, on top of that, they were getting also the bowls and the chimes and everything on that. It was like an add-on. Um, I personally think it's not like a standalone thing. I think that your whole body works together and everything's in balance. Nature's in balance. We're in balance. And I think it's another piece to help your body be in balance along with a healthy diet and exercise and maybe, I would even go as far as, I mean, I'm not blowing off Western medicine at all. I mean, I do go to the doctor and have all that stuff too, so don't get me wrong on that. But I think if it went with them, in conjunction with it, so it's all one big thing and not just, hey, take a pill and, call me back in 2 weeks, um, it would work. I think it would definitely work. I mean, there's been studies that say it works, and they're studying all different, you know, moods. And I read somewhere, but a study was done. I don't really take it where supposedly they helped with diseases and such, which is what they are working at now because of different frequencies. Because actually, the Western medicine is using sound. Like if you have a kidney stone or something, they use, and I can't remember the name of it, um, where they use bursts of sound to break up the kidney stone. So it's really not like, it's not, I'm going to say quackery. I don't know why it's coming to my head, but it's not anything that it can't work together. I don't think there's any cons to it, honestly. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. It's not like you're going to get a violent reaction, God forbid, if you took a medicine or something. It's just,
Okay. So, I mean, so it hasn't been tested for diseases like someone with like AIDS or cancer or diabetes, anything like those type of diseases.
um, I I have looked at research, excuse me, but the stuff that I see is, I guess I had to word this. Let me think here for a second. There has been research because I do go on and look. In fact, today I even went to look to see any more updated stuff. But when I do go to look, I would not be, if you brought it to the medical community per se, they would probably laugh at it because it's not from the NIH or something. The NIH, though, the National Institute of Health, did do or is doing another study on it. Let me see, where's my other one here? Oh, poop. I'm not certain where. I'm trying to look it because I wrote down some notes here. Yeah, there was one study that the British Academy of Sound Therapy, because they do have academies, did in 2017, which I had explained about the live session and the Zoom session. NIH did one in 2012 or something. And, so they're now redoing it, and they're doing it in all different fields. They're going to have sound therapists come in, working with neurosurgeons and other doctors. So hopefully it'll keep going, because now they're doing it. I mean, years ago, when people said, hey, I'm a vegetarian and, it's good for you, the medical community used to laugh and then they did their own study and went, wow, yeah, you were right like 30 years ago. So they just have to catch up.
Okay, so there's still more research that needs to be done, but I would
Right.
imagine I would imagine it's more of like a supportive treatment. So,
Mm,
for diseases um like cancer, for example, it might be, excuse me, and I'm just kind of spitballing, but it might
mm,
be more, the sound therapy might be more like supportive in terms of like calming your mind and slowing the body down so the natural processes of your body
mhm.
can work to heal you. So I imagine it's more like support as direct. So
Right.
this
Right. I did see something about doing sound healing with hospice, the end of life, that it made them much calmer. It made them deal with the pain better along with hospice care. I did see a study on that. I've seen studies on children. I can't remember now. It was behavioral because I saw a bunch, so I don't want to get them confused. But I know they've done studies with children and sound healing and things of that. Um, there are, I believe, some hospitals now that are putting sound healing in. And in fact, the college that is where I live near has a group of counselors and such that if the children, if the students, I should say, if the students have need to talk to somebody and things, and one of the people on that board um, is a sound healer, actually. So this it is making its way into the mainstream, and I was actually surprised. My partner found it at the college. Said, "Oh, look, they have a sound healer on the college, along with a counselor and social worker," and I was shocked. So I know it's going into the mainstream for support. I just don't know how fast it's going.
Mm. So, what do you think is the holdup? What do you think is the delay to sound healing being accepted by the mainstream medical community?
Uh, wow. I think it's a holdup because it's something that the pharmaceuticals can't get a hold of. It's something um, where doctors, I think the traditional Western medicine is just treat one area. You know, you have a headache, you just treat the headache, not the fact that you're in a stressful situation that's causing your headache. So you have to deal with, okay, what, if you did it um, differently, you would say, okay, you have this headache, let's do some sound healing to relax, or meditation, or your weapon of choice there, and along with coping skills so that you don't get this. The doctors in Western medicine is basically we treat this one area, we're not treating the whole cause of it. So they are um, it's a drawback. However, the late Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, who was an oncologist, um, started with sound. He did sound healing. He had bowls in his office, and when people came in and were upset, he would have them actually sit with the bowl, and they would sit for 15 minutes and just play with the bowl, and it would calm them down enough. And he saw that there was a correlation between sound and calmness and helping your body heal. And there's another, oh, I can't remember her name now, but she wrote a book. She actually was also an oncologist out in La Jolla, California, and she also started um, incorporating sound into her practice. And now she's actually um, she actually left California and is now in India and is doing more such work over there now with sound and chanting and things of that nature. It's just, if the Western medicine doctors could just realize that it's not just, your arm hurts, so you cut it off. It's like, let's see what the rest of the body's making. There's got to be a cause why your arm is hurting.
Mm, fair point. Fair point. Now, so tell me, like, why someone would go to a sound healing expert. Like, why can't I just grab a bowl and a spoon and start hitting it myself? Whenever um, I mean, I know it's difficult to reach my back, but like, oh, when I have foot pain, like, why can't I just get a bowl and a spoon and put the bowl over my foot and start hitting it myself? Like, why?
I mean, you
Why
could.
go to why go to an expert?
I mean, you could. I mean, there are people that say that, like if you, the one course I took, the teacher said, you could tell your clients that, C and A, if they could find two bowls, a C bowl and an A bowl, and you just hit it back and forth, 5 to 10 minutes will help them. Um, I'm game for that. That's fine. If if you want to invest in gongs and everything, I mean, people do. Um, it's more, huh? I guess after a while, it's good to do that because it's like meditation, and then people go to meditation classes, or you could go on YouTube and do yoga, but it's fun also doing a whole yoga class. Um, it's more, uh, I mean, yeah, I mean, you could, but if you hit the wrong sounds, you could probably do more harm than good. Um, I think after a while too, you would just say, "Hey, this is great, but I really don't feel like, twisting like a pretzel to put a bowl on my back." So, I mean, you could give yourself a massage too, and that, but you would rather, I don't know, I feel like you would definitely want to go to somebody that would have a little more experience than just grabbing a pot or a spoon and start hanging it on your back or your leg or something.
Oh, very good, very good point. Very good. All right, so to wind down. So, do you have any final advice for people who maybe want to learn more about sound healing, or maybe they want to get into the business themselves, or any final words of advice that you want to give to our viewers?
Um, I would say, don't it's okay to think outside the box. It's okay to look at things. If there is a sound bath type thing or a sound session somewhere, I would suggest trying it first to see, how you like it and everything. And then if you want to continue, there's some really good places where I would definitely, take a course or two to make certain. It's not really anything right now that is certifiable per se. They are looking into it. I mean, you can go for certificate programs like I'm doing, but my thing would be just to try it out first before, and then if you really like it, talk to the person who did the session and see how they trained, and see maybe you could help them, because that's a really cool way too. When I started out in the class, the teacher would come out with a bowl or a crystal bowl or whatever, explain it, show us how he did it, and we would try it on each other, and we would do it that way. So it's a lot of hands-on, and if you really want to study and do it, I would say see if you can team up with somebody if you really enjoy doing this.
So, well, thank you so much.
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
put up your contact information right now. So, you guys, if you want to learn more about sound healing, or if you want to talk to Debbie about her services, maybe you want to seek her services, again, she is online and in person. Sorry, before I go on, you're in person where? Where are you located?
I'm in central New York. So it
Right,
would be,
right.
yeah, so it would be around central New York, the Hudson Valley. I could travel because that's where my family is. So
Oh, so you travel to clients who come to
I
you.
could, yeah, yeah, yes,
Okay. So
or
not
or
so
online.
wait, sorry. So people can come to you or you go to them?
Um, I would probably go to them, or or do classes. I have classes coming up that I do.
Okay, so you guys, you heard that. Debbie makes in-home visits and she also has online services as well. So if you would like to learn more about her services, her contact information is scrolling below. You could check her out online. Her website is peacefulvibes.vpweb.com. She is also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So definitely give her a follow and check her out. And this is definitely a very interesting conversation and an interesting topic. And, it doesn't hurt to think outside the box, try different things. There's more than one way to heal a person. So definitely, I'm not knocking Western medicine, but there are proven results for more holistic healing. So if you are interested in learning more about it, trying it for yourself, you, you know, um, or you happen to be in the central New York, more upstate central New York area, you could definitely have her come to you. Or, if you're more virtual, you can definitely reach out to her for virtual services. All right, so Debbie, thank you so much for coming back
Oh, thank
to
you for
the
having me.
show.
Thank you.
Awesome. And let me put you backstage. And now it is you and me, guys. So we have reached the ending of our episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Please check out our YouTube channel for more videos and clips. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, let us know what you thought about this episode by leaving a comment below. We will definitely appreciate all of your feedback. And if you would love to learn more about A Step Ahead Tutoring Services, if you want to know about our services, our workshops, this web series, if you want to learn more about us, you can check us out online. Our website is, and I just remembered, I forgot to put up my little banner. Um, Bam. If you want to learn more about us, you can go to our website www.astepaheadtutoringservices.com. We are also on various social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, WhatsApp, and Eventbrite. So definitely follow us. We definitely will appreciate the support there as well. And one last thing before I go. We are also seeking financial contributions to our crowdfunding campaign on ifundwomen.com. Our unique link is scrolling below, so definitely check that out. And I'm going to play a small video that will explain more.
Hey there, have you heard of us? We're a small team of tutors here at A Step Ahead Tutoring Services. We believe that education and information should be accessible to everyone, regardless of income, race, or creed. We're dedicated to making this happen, but we need your help. Please consider donating to our crowdfunding campaign. No amount is too small. Your donation will allow us tutors to remain employed, offer free and low-cost services, and reach out to families nationwide. With your help, we can tackle the academic challenges of our students and the emotional, mental, and behavioral changes that result from these challenges. As a bonus, we can improve our communities in the process. Support us today. We're a for-profit company. Your donation may not be tax deductible. Please consult a tax professional.
And that's it for our episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Please tune in for the next episode. Thank you for coming. Signing off.